Hey, what is up, traders? This is Stan Gluzman here with 7 Points Capital, bringing to you today's trader takeaways. First of all, we had Sarah presenting yesterday for the first time. I think she did a great job, so thank you, Sarah, for joining us with the videos. Let's take a look at SPY. We have a pretty interesting day. We gapped up through the daily resistance. Right here we had, what's going on? We had a top right here, previous top, and then we tested it, and then today we broke through pre-market. We came back to retest it pre-market right here, came back into 286 and then started rallying, and then sold right back into it into the close. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, how we react to this level. We did have a couple stocks in play. My first trade of the day was, let's see, TNXP. This one, this is a stock with an ATM, popped up on some news. They have an ATM, they have an untapped S3 as well, have a shelf offering for like another 65 million, and I think they're dumping like 10 million shares or something like that. So to me, every time it pops, that's a short. This box right here is pretty much my guide to short, like an indicator where the stock could potentially go as a healthy move, and I started shorting into the big pop. And this one is the target. I didn't hold it all the way down, but I did short into the pop. I started shorting pre-market in here into these pops. Let me pull up the executions. TNXP. So as you can see, started shorting pops pre-market, pop 1, pop 2, and then the big one right here. Added some right here, but pretty small size, and then once it hit 150s, 152s and started soaking offers, that was my cue to get in. I got in full size, loaded the boat, and waited for the wash, and the panic wash happened, covered right into it. Pretty much covered maybe 4/5 of the position, and waited for another pop. We tested view up, added a little bit more, and then added more here. But the way we reclaimed view up, I really didn't like it. We broke, came back, tested, and then we soaked right here and then pushed. So even though I added, to me this was more of a scalp. I covered in here, and I was like, you know what, this thing might be grinding up for the rest of the day. Turned out to be an all-day fader, but nonetheless really good trade. Biggest trade of the day. Had a few trades in Tesla. So at the open, I was watching pre-market level right here, 215-ish. That was my risk. We popped into the pre-market highs. That's where I started shorting it. Started dropping, and we dropped pretty much straight down. 310. I was kind of looking to trim some 310. Trimmed about half, and then we started bouncing again, so I just took it off. Pretty much almost break even on the other half. Nonetheless, really good trade. Had another one later. I was looking at 325 level. We topped out here, barely reached it earlier, sold off. So I was watching for round 2, 325. I was going to scale in on the way up and then risk over under this level here. And we dumped, and we started holding this level right here, 320. So I took it off. It had another leg down here, but missed it. Nonetheless, pretty good trade. Let's see. Next stock was Apple. So this one is pretty upsetting. I had 217 in mind, and every time it popped, I shorted, and then every time it dropped, it would start soaking bids. So I would just take some off. I would take off like a half and re-add into the pop, and then take it off again, re-add into the pop, take it off again, re-add into the pop, and then we broke through. There was a big offer at 217 and 217.15 or 217.10. So I was thinking if we break 217, I'm going to take out a little bit, and then if we break 217.10, I'm going to take out the rest. And looks like they were just hunting liquidity. They were just looking for liquidity. They got the liquidity, they got the fill, and then they reversed it. This also looked like a technical breakout, even though it didn't really break out that much. It looked like a technical breakout and a pullback to retest. But I thought that, you know, it didn't really go far enough for me to consider this a breakout, even though I did get stopped out on short. So I was just kind of watching. I just wanted to see how it plays out, and then for future reference, you know, kind of keep in mind what it can do. So even though technically this is a losing trade, I actually didn't lose any money. This was a break-even trade for me because I recycled a couple times. Let's see the next stock, ADI. Just saw that it had trouble here with 96.50, so I took a short, started working right away, so I just took it off. My target was about 96 even, so we almost got there. I took it off. Next one, what else? KOSS. This one's up on pretty much no news, nothing. Popped up, I missed the initial entry. Located some shorts and waited for a good pop. Ideally to retest 410, and that's literally what we got here. Shorted into the pop, covered half into the wash. I was thinking everybody who bought here and here is now underwater. I was waiting for a big drop, and at one point I thought it's coming here. We tested with 355 here, but somehow we just reclaimed, started ripping again, re-added that half that I took off, and pretty much scaled out almost everything. I still have a little bit overnight, very small position. And I do have a loser, NVDA. Looks like tried to pick a top here and took a loss, even though looks like I was right on it. So this is what I'm working on. This is pretty much the same thing as Apple. You know, take a loss into the highs, and then they pull the bids, and then I watch the stock collapse. So this is what I have to work on, kind of scale in slowly, let it wiggle around, and then once my thesis proves correct, once it goes on over and then under my level, short in here, add in here. So this is what I'm working on. Really good day. I'm looking forward to more earnings. We got Target, we got Momo, a couple of other ones, but these two are the main ones I'm going to be watching tomorrow. And definitely we'll be watching Apple, Tesla. Those seem to be moving. Netflix. So that's the day. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at Chocana Trader on Twitter. This is Stan Gluzman. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.